and enter promo code CMDJOY today.
Keep those tools handy. We're back in the garage with Bodie Stroud.
Welcome back to In the Garage. Been talking about transmissions and gears and cool stuff like that with Bruce from Modern Driveline today. Hey, Bruce. One of the question, what do you recommend? I mean, he figured out yesterday what he wanted was the T56 with the 266 first gear, and I think it was the 63 in overdrive.
Yeah, that's how the transmissions are set up initially. The overdrives can be interchanged. That was one of the beauties of the T56.
Mm-hmm.
You're working out ratios. You look at what people fail to look at is the crank to wheel ratios, we call it.
Uh-huh.
At the end of the day, most street cars are looking at crank to wheel ratios of somewhere between 10 and 11 to 1 in first gear. That .63 overdrive is going to give you that 37% reduction. So if you're running a 373 gear, that's obviously going to overdrive that ratio by 37%.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you get that, nice low first gear, able to shift through the gears with a 25% spread, and then at the end of the day, you can finish out and drive at 75 miles an hour, attacking only, 2,400 RPMs.
Oh, wow. Okay, perfect. Yeah. He figured he wanted like a 383, and the math he did with that and the size wheel he has and everything, he'd be doing about 2,400 RPMs.
Yep. A lot of guys who were running these late model Mustangs, the cars are coming with, the stock transmissions are well into the threes in the first gear ratio.
Yeah, man, isn't that making it?
It's short-lived.
Yeah, and it's like you're switching out of first gear and in 2 seconds.
Exactly. So when a customer has to make a decision as to what ratios they're going to run, I mean, if you're running 410 gears, which has been the number in the industry for so many years.
Yeah.
That works fine when you were talking about the old top loaders. Well, or a Muncie where they had that 266 or a wide ratio 272, but today's transmissions are geared down, and you don't need to run those deep gears. But at the end of the day, you have to have the right ratios for drivability.
Why are they doing that? Why are they running that gear ratio?
Well, part of it is that today's engines are not grunt motors like they were back in the day. These engines are meant to really spin.
Yeah.
So they want to give you that sense of hard acceleration, snappiness, but still give you some drivability. A lot of today's transmissions are a lot lighter than they were back in the day. We no longer have cast iron cases.
Yeah.
Big, heavy, thick gear oil. We're now dealing with aluminum cases and hydroformed, not hydroformed, but essentially it's a pressed metal, powdered metal process. So and everything's trying to be lightened up. So you got to do what you got to do to get these cars down the road.
Yeah, not only does it lighten it up, but for guys like me who also have customers that want a really nice look, they got a really nice look and they clean up really well. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, that's what everybody's trying to go for today. You don't see people restoring cars to the original, stock configuration. People are always changing and wanting to enhance.
Yeah.
There's better brakes. There's better gear. The motors and drivetrains and differentials.
Oh, I love it. Keep talking dirty to me.
You can take an old car and make it better than it ever was.
Yeah, no, I know. That's, and it works well for my ADD. It just keeps me going. It's something new every build, because I got to keep switching it up. And, I do like to do a nice restoration every once in a while. I'm doing an actual 1970 Boss 429 right now. It's
I could see that car being restored. There's no doubt.
Yeah, well, if you would have saw where I pulled it from, it had already been started to be hot rodded out. They took out the front suspension and put a total control system in the front suspension in it, and new rear suspension. And oh man, I was like, what are you doing?
Like that's an icon kind of car, but. And if you're talking about Mustangs, most of us can afford the little coupe that was a 6-cylinder
Yeah,
somewhere
yeah.
live, because all the Shelbys and Bosses have been gobbled up.
Yeah, exactly. And this is one of 10s. It's got the California smog emission, so that makes it, up there a little bit even higher in the price range.
Yeah.
But we saved it, and I'm putting that one together. Going back to the gear ratios, it was funny when George, who we're getting this T56 for the 65 we're doing for, he came to me yesterday and he showed me the numbers. I said, okay, now take it down and figure out those numbers at 5 miles an hour just to see what you got to do to get that thing going. You know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely.
Because that's really important too. You want to know, how long you're going to have to slip the clutch, if you're going to have to slip the clutch at all, or.
I mean, with today's 5- and 6-speed transmissions, you shouldn't have to slip a clutch at all or feel that you have to stretch to the next gear to get there.
Yeah.
But, if a guy wants to go parading around or just driving around at slow speeds, absolutely, because at the end of the day, we're all going to end up in a parking garage somewhere.
Oh, yeah. That's very true.
Yeah.
So now, what are the differences between like a hydraulic clutch and a mechanical clutch? I mean,
well, the old mechanical stuff is a carryover from way back. When these cars were more or less a glorified tractor.
Mm-hmm.
Hydraulics today are sort of like when we went from mechanical brakes to hydraulic brakes. I mean, the advantages are many.
Yeah.
Hydraulics today, compact, smooth, robust. When we convert so many of these cars over to hydraulics, you're literally trying to stuff so much into these cars, rack and pinions and modular motors. You need hydraulics to give you more room and give you the versatility.
Yeah, no, that is one thing that is true. It really helps. It gets rid of a lot of that, clutch linkage and stuff, and it makes more room for sure.
Well, that 65 that you're doing, there's just no way you're going to get mechanical linkage in there.
No.
With a motor. It's just not going to happen.
No. Even though we made quite a bit of room. You're gonna like it. I don't know if you've seen the pictures of it online yet or not, but we're putting our new suspension in it and everything, and we've widened up the engine compartment 6 inches on each side, and it's really nice. We've already fit the motor, and yeah. You want to hang out for one more segment, Bruce? You got time? Or
No problem. Not a problem at all.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll take another break, and we'll be right back. Thanks, man.
Okay.
Don't even blink. We'll be right back in the garage with Bodie Stroud.